Album covers can say a lot. They can be enticing pieces of art that lead you into beautiful music, but a bad album cover can completely cause someone to not check out what could be a great album. Today, we're leaving the don't judge a book by its cover rule behind us and tier listing pop album covers. I won't take up too much of your time in this intro, but if you feel enticed, please subscribe to my channel to support my content. I make weekly music commentary videos and daily music news shorts. With that, let's get into the first album cover, Princess of Power by Marina. I love this cover so much. There's like an opalescent effect on her clothing and skin that really catches the eye. I think the ribbons add a beautiful feminine touch, and the rich emerald background is such a beautiful contrast to those pink ribbons. And so far, the cover does fit the strong feminine energy the songs Marina has been releasing for this album have had. So I have really high hopes for this album, especially after being introduced to this cover. If anything, this just got my hopes up because this is like really cute. I'm putting this in S tier. Okay, next let's talk about another pop girl, Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess by Chappell Roan. I adore this cover. It's definitely giving Midwest pageant girl. It's glamorous and campy. It matches her whole persona and her musical identity perfectly. There's no mistaking whose album cover this is. It's only been out like a year and I already feel like it's a classic cover. No complaints for this at all. I appreciate that there isn't text over it for no reason. Sometimes album covers are better without the text. Just a picture can serve such a strong message without having to plaster the title on the cover. So S tier, Chappell Roan, this is great. Okay, let's talk about Jaguar 2 by Victoria Monet. It is striking for sure. The siren eyes peering up from the black water works for me. It's pretty to look at. It's not particularly anything that's too over ambitious, so I can't put it too high on the tier list, but I enjoy this sultry siren vibe. I'll give it like a B. I feel like that's fair. I like it a lot, but I feel like it could be taken a little further. Now let's talk about X by Ed Sheeran because I feel like we're having too many good ones. I have to be honest here, I don't like any of Ed Sheeran's album covers. I chose X for this video randomly, but the same criticism could be applied to all of them. They all have this concept of like math and it feels so uninspired. Anyone could make this. There's nothing that's impressive or interesting. You can have a simple album cover and it still be good, like for example Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, but these Ed Sheeran covers aren't giving that. So Ed, I'm putting this in F tier. Let's talk about something newer. Okay, The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams. Don't get me wrong, she's a beautiful girl, but that's really all this cover is giving for me. I haven't listened to this full project, but this cover doesn't really get me to want to listen to it anymore. It just seems like the branding of it is like basic girl, and there's nothing wrong with being a basic girl. We're all a little basic, that's great, but there's nothing to really set apart this album cover from a random selfie of a girl on Instagram. It tells me nothing about the music before listening to it. It is pretty, so I'll put it at D and not F, but I just feel like for someone with as many resources as she has, this could be a lot more impressive. Okay, I really like this cover, One of the Boys by Katy Perry. I actually really like this cover a lot, as I said. It's fun, campy, there's things to look at. When I see this cover, I want to look at it longer than just a second. It also matches the sonic vibe of the album quite well. It's obviously very 2000s, but I feel like if it came out today, it would still be cute. The feminine photo on the cover provides an interesting contrast to the title, and it's definitely my favorite cover of hers. So One of the Boys by Katy Perry can go into S tier. I really like this cover. Now we have 1989 Taylor's version by Taylor Swift, obviously. Okay, is this anything exceptional? No, it's a bit basic. I could see this on Instagram, but it does encapsulate the 1989 energy. I think the Taylor's version cover is a huge update from the first one. I think she looks beautiful smiling on the cover. I love her fuck-ass bob blowing in the wind. It's cutesy, not anything to write home about, but I like the energy she's giving in the photo. It's cute. It's cute. I don't have any complaints, but it's not anything like crazy. We will be putting this in B tier though, because it's like cute and fine, nothing crazy. Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. I feel like I might be the only one that thinks this way, but I find the Short and Sweet cover pretty boring. It's a gorgeous picture and she looks great, but it's just like a pretty photo of her. It's fine. It's definitely giving more personality than The Secret of Us, but it's not anything that's superb, so I'm gonna have to put it in the C tier. Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa, her sophomore album. I like this album cover a lot. The pink in her top and the blue in the moon pops so well. The styling is great. I personally love the red seats with the pink top actually. I really like red and pink together. I like that color combo. It reminds me of like what people thought the future would look like back in the day. It's more than just a gorgeous picture of Dua. There's a clear artistic direction. It's not getting S tier. I think it could be elevated and a tad more interesting, but I do love it. It's super solid, so I'll give Future Nostalgia A tier. Red Moon and Venus by Kali Uchis. This album cover is beautiful. I love it. The headpiece is so interesting to look at. Her makeup looks superb. Kali is serving face all over this cover. You can really tell every detail was paid attention to. There's not one hair out of place. The nails even provide something cool to look at. I also think orange is just such a beautiful yet underutilized color. This is what I want to see when I see a glamour shot for an album cover. This is going into S. It's a great cover. Justice by Justin Bieber. It doesn't look great, to say the least, but you know, this is subjective in my opinion. I don't like the font. It's very unserious. It reminds me of the Fortnite font. I don't feel any relation between this cover and the music, but if I did, I can't lie, it's still just not my taste. It feels cheap for an artist that's as established as Justin Bieber. This isn't simplistic like Ed's, but it has the same issue of feeling uninspired. Therefore, this album cover is going into the F tier. Now we have Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus. This album cover is fine, but it's nothing that interesting to me. I think this is the most boring cover from Miley. It kind of reminds me of the Radical Optimism cover. It matches the vibe of the album though. It's just like nothing interesting. It's like fine, but that's really all I can say. I think that this is decent, but not anything great, so I'll put it at C tier. Next, another Disney X act. We have I Said I Love You First by Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. My opinion may be unpopular because people like to dog on these two, but I do like this for a concept. The metaphor of looking through the lock tells me that this album is going to be a closer look at their relationship. I haven't dissected this project too much, but I'd guess they'd be talking about things that are a little bit more personal and vulnerable. It's cool. It's like, if you want to know what's going on, listen to the music, not the media. It's not anything particularly striking though, and it's not like a vinyl I'd want to put up on the wall, but considering it's good conceptually and you can tell there was thought behind it, it isn't just a pretty photo, I'm putting I Said I Love You First at the A tier. Okay, let's throw it back to Beyonce's Dangerously in Love. I love this cover. You can definitely tell it's from the 2000s, but at the same time, it's timeless. She looks ethereal, the makeup is glowing so well. I love how she's literally dripping in diamonds. It's giving glamour and diva, but not much more than that. I mean, I love it, but I do find some other ones on this list a little bit more artistically interesting, and I think Beyonce herself would agree that she's grown so much since this album, especially as a visual artist. But it is a gorgeous image and I love what it's giving. It's interesting to look at, there's movement, a dynamic pose. This is another successful glamour shot cover. I enjoy the retro font a lot too, that's just like a little extra cherry on top. This can go into A tier for me. Honestly, it's really cool and it's gorgeous. The Prelude to Ecstasy by The Last Dinner Party. So many good ones in this video, but this is stellar. I love the concept. They really encapsulated this witchy vintage vibe that I'm failing to explain as well as I should. It's a really cool take to have the picture of them on the mantle instead of just making that picture the album cover. It's super creative and well executed. Honestly, I have to put Prelude to Ecstasy in S tier. Okay, Charm by Clairo. Don't come for me, I know there's a lot of Clairo fans, but this is kind of boring for me. I can tell it's gonna be bedroom indie pop, but this cover isn't telling me much more than that about the album. This could be a great album, but this is an album cover ranking. It's the same thing with Gracie Abrams, just a pretty girl on an album cover. I find something like Short and Sweet a bit more interesting, so this can go into D tier with Gracie Abrams. It's not giving for me, but I do like the coloring of the image. Next, let's review the cover of Tyla's self-titled album. This is cute. I like the coloring / filter used on this photo. It makes it a bit more striking to look at in a good way, but it's kind of underwhelming for me. Something like Dangerously in Love you could definitely compare to this, but unlike this cover, the pose on Dangerously in Love was more interesting, and so was the outfit and just the whole attitude Beyonce was giving. I think Tyla has a cool vibe, but this cover is just leaving me a little bit underwhelmed, but I mean, it's fine. I don't feel like it's necessarily bad or anything, so it can go at C tier. Next, let's talk about Bewitched by Leve. It looks homemade, but I think that's cute and fine. I like it. There's just something keeping me from putting it super high. When I first looked at this cover, I loved it, but the more I look and compare it to some other covers on this list, I'm not particularly that interested in it. It's kind of like Short and Sweet. It's a beautiful photo, but it's kind of boring, so we'll put it at C tier. Next, let's talk about
We Said Charlie Puth Should Be a Bigger Artist.
Voice Notes by Charlie Puth. This is another Instagram cover. I don't really like these ones where nothing in the photo deciphers it from an Instagram selfie. I mean, the lighting is cool, but besides that, there's not much. Especially considering how interesting of an album this is, it deserved a better cover. If Charlie had better visuals for things such as his album covers, I think his work would be a lot less dogged on because he is a great musician, but this is just not a great album cover. It doesn't get anyone pulled in to listen. But since it's not ugly, I'll put voice notes at D tier, not F tier. Okay, and the last cover we will be tier listing is Imaginal Disc by Mandalena Bay. This is a beautiful cover. I love the imagery of the music going straight into her head. The coloring is gorgeous and the filter looks so good. The way it's edited really makes her eyes just pop. The photo used for this cover is just like otherworldly. It's a work of art, S tier, obviously. It's a stunning album cover. Here's my complete tier list of album covers. I changed the order a little bit to be exactly from my favorite to least favorite. So with that being said, I hope you had fun with this video. Was there any album covers that you think I put in the wrong spot? Before you go, I'd appreciate if you subscribed to my channel and gave this video a like. I make daily music news shorts and weekly music commentary videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!